Okay, so the next one I'm going to talk about is obedience to the leading of the Holy Spirit.
Okay.
In our society today, a lot of people tend to sideline God when it comes to looking out for a spouse, because the will of God or the choice of God may not be what we as individuals have, as our own plan.
Of course.
God may bring someone to you. Maybe you are praying that you want a very tall person, and God brings someone that is not so tall to you. And because of that, you will not want to follow the leading of the Holy Spirit. But following his leading will help you to locate your spouse and make that you have peace in your marriage. Because a lot of people tend to place priority on physical appearance, educational background, financial status. This is what some people use as their own criteria for marriage, so they leave God out of the equation. But that is not supposed to be so.
True.
If God leads you, just like you said earlier, through prayer. When you pray, God will lead you to the person that is supposed to be your spouse, and you discover that you will enjoy your marriage. You will have peace when you encounter that person. So being led being followed by the leading of the Holy Spirit, people should make sure that they put God first. They should forget about societal standing. A lot of the society has put a lot of people under too much pressure, that they want to please people. This one will say, my friend got married to a wealthy man, so me too, I want a wealthy man. But God has packaged someone for you. You may not see it initially the way it comes. You may not see, just like they say, for you to have gold, for it to come out beautiful, it has to go through a process. So sometimes God brings someone to us as a raw material, so we have to follow it and bring out the best out of that person. So we must be led as a single. You must be led by the Holy Spirit to pursue who
Truth be told, God's will has always remained supreme to man's will or man's desire. There is no way a man's desire can beat the will of God. There is nothing you think you know. There is nothing you think you can do that can beat God's knowledge. Like you said, sometimes we use our selfish nature, selfish desire to fall into wrong hands. Because you think that you are light in complexion, so you must marry another light person. I see this so much in ladies are making mistakes. So I think let's talk about compatibility. And there are so many of them, but because of time, we'll not be able to do it. So which I believe is one of the most important. The Bible says that there was nobody suitable for Adam. Adam was busy naming the goats, naming the birds of the air, the fowls, everything. But when it came to Adam, Bible said there was nobody compatible for him. See, one of the ways to discover if someone is your spouse is compatibility. Now I'm talking both medically, spiritually, and otherwise. Medically is very, very important. Don't say God will do a miracle. Both of you are AS and AS. What are you doing married? You want to put the life of a child at risk? Because definitely you must give birth to an SS.
Yes.
That is compatibility. There are people that have loved each other to the point where they were ready to die for each other. But as soon as they discover their AS, that is the end of that relationship. So please, I don't see what you are doing that you say, I even hear someone say, oh, flush. Flush who? Flush what? If they flush you, would you have get to the point to marry?
That is where sin comes.
That is where sin comes in. He said, we'll check the sex to determine if it is excess, we'll flush if it is. Who told you that? Please. God is a master planner. He has everybody's wife and husband. If somebody is not compatible with you, please leave the person and go forward. Don't force yourself. You are seeing it clearly that there is no road in this place. You are still pushing yourself. You are still forcing yourself into that place. By the time it happens, dear, do you know that they say 8 out of every 10 marriages in the world they end in divorce?
Wow.
That's a high number. And that is the reason why God has given us this as a mandate to save marriages. We're not here because we just want to be here. We have a purpose in the life of men. There are people that need to hear this. That need to hear this. Don't marry after 2, 3, 4, 5 years. You are seeking a divorce because you saw it clearly that you both are not compatible. Just because you wanted to waive it, he will change. Who told you can change anybody? It is God that changed people. I told a lady, I said, when you see a huge comma in a man's life, please suspend every wedding plan and deal with that. A lot of time, what we do is that we spend time planning for wedding and never plan for marriage. You know what marriage means, my dear? Marriage means 50 years together, 60 years together. Now, if you're not compatible with this person, how will this spend 60 years together?
At all.
But I tell you, you can do a wedding even with a mad person. But after the wedding, what next?
Sorry, before, one important lesson I want to draw out from this, the story of Adam and Eve, we discover that even after Eve made that blunder in the Bible, where she gave the fruit to, even after that blunder, Adam did not send her away. They were still married. That's to tell you that Eve was actually the rightful person that God has given to Adam. If it's in our society today, maybe the man would have sent them, but they were still married.
They will use marriage.
They went ahead to have children after that. And that was where Adam even gave her a name.
Called her Eve.
Called her Eve.
Mother of life.
Mother
of life. All life.
So you can see how important compatibility is
in
marriage.
So